Good afternoon. It's Andrew the Android, and I want to talk to my androids. So, hopefully, you guys join and mingle with me. Hopefully, you guys ask me some questions. And so on. Somebody said, "This is Poppy and your mother." And they shared a meme of like a supervillain doing like an evil, like nefarious laugh like this. Ha 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 ha. Realistically, I guess the point the person was trying to make is my parents love me. They weren't sadistically torturing me. And the key to recovery is to feel sadness over how my life has turned out, to feel depressed and maybe even cry, not get righteously angry and blame my parents. You know? It's just a sad situation. It's just a sad situation. There's no supervillain, especially my parents weren't super. Nobody is a supervillain. It's just a sad situation. Hey Ebony, how you doing? How art thou on this beautiful Saturday? It's Andrew the Android, and we got my androids in the house. Woo! Hey Zen Zen, I just referenced your meme about my parents being like supervillains, maniacally laughing, and I said how everybody said about how my life turned out. There was nobody pulling the strings like a puppet master. It's just a sad situation. Ebony says she's just chilling with Venus, and Venus says hi. Hello, Ebony and Venus. Hello. I'll do your song for you. Hi, my name is Andrew, and I'm 36. Gonna make it big through videos and pics. I'll be rich and famous through social media. Want to know? I'm not gonna do it today, but I know the lyrics now. Hey, Rusty, how art thou? How art thou, Rusty? Rusty says, my main android says, hello, Mr. Koloski and the androids. It's Andrew the Android, and say hello to the androids. Andrew the Android Koloski. So I actually did the open mic last night. I performed to the audience. I made a lot of Joe Biden jokes, by the way. So I performed open mic last night to anybody who might be interested. How did it go? I thought it went all right. To be honest with you, I wasn't looking forward to getting out. I was kind of depressed, but I thought the performance actually didn't go as bad as I thought it was going to go. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I got up there, I performed. The guy snapped a photograph of me, which should get posted next Friday. And all was good. I got out and I had fun. As they say, if you had fun, you won. And I had a little bit of fun last night. TB says he's concerned. How come? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay, TB. Why are you concerned? I'm all right, TB. Oh, all this commotion with deleting the channel and restarting my channel. I've explained that. I mean, I don't know if I need to reiterate for the millionth time now, but unfortunately, I know I had over 10,000 videos, a lot of which were fine, but there were like 100 or so videos I needed to delete. And in order to, I had to create a new channel. So I'm not happy about it, but I had to take action. Am I under duress? No, I'm not under duress. Rusty says, it's okay, buddy. He's got over 9,000 of them. My power level is over 9,000! My power level is over 9,000! That's a Dragon Ball Z reference. It's over 9,000! So somebody wants to know more about the fun. So I went up there. I performed the Joe Biden vegetable joke. I performed Nothing is Better Than a Movie, Licked the Ground at Penn Station. And I think I did World War III. And it went about 8 minutes. People seemed to laugh. I went out there first. Actually, I know if you go first and then you leave, you're meant to sit through the other people's performance. But I got up there, I did my performance, and I left. I didn't want to sit through the other people's performances. I know that's really rude, but I really wasn't in the mood to be there last night. So hopefully they forgive me. I know you're supposed to sit through the other comedians and artists' performances, but that's not what I did. I went up first. I guess I'm like Brock Lesnar performing at WrestleMania. You go out there first against Seth Rollins, you wrestle your match, then you hop on the plane and you go right off to like the ranch and you go back to farming. You know, you don't bother sticking around for the whole show. I get out there, I hit an F5. I go out there first. I'm like, all right, now I'm taking the plane out of here. Hey Dave, how you doing? But I know they want you to watch, or it's definitely frowned upon not watching the whole show. I go out there first, I warm up the crowd, hit an F5, then I book. I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I know I probably should sit through the other comedians, especially if I want to make friends, you know? Be like, I don't even bother to watch anybody else's act. Yeah, if you want to be a friend, I mean, you got to sit through their performances. Hey, my parents don't even sit through my performances, so. Somebody asks me, how are things with my mother and Poppy? Not good. We fought last night. Me and my mother, we fought last night when I accused her of pharmacologically abusing me, and I asked her, "Did you do this with premeditated intent to me? Did you torture me with premeditated intent? Was it a receipt for something like 2011 when I got physical with you?" And rather than talk it out with me and try to calm the switch the toggle switch off, she yells at me. She's like, "Ah, you got physical with me in 2011." I'm like, "Oh my God." And she's like, "Don't live off my dad." And I realize my mother loves me. I realize I'm safe and loved. I realize, nobody had nefarious intentions. And my mother even swore to God she didn't do it to me. There's no hidden realities. Everything is face value. I'm sick. It's that simple. But it's just tough, I was definitely on a lot of prescription medications, and I feel over medicated, and it was my mother who wanted me to take it. But she swore to God her intentions were never nefarious. So that's what she says. She says she wasn't pharmacologically abusing me. So that's what I have to accept. I was not being pharmacologically abused. Could she be lying? I mean, yes, she could be. But she says she's not. And she says her intentions were good. Yeah, it just try to coexist with my parents, especially while I'm living here. TB says, Christine, my mother, is very powerful and fiery. I wouldn't want to test her. Fair enough. Anybody have any other questions for me? What are the plans for today? I might be seeing a friend that I met through NAMI around 6 p.m. tonight. I might be seeing my father, too. I'll call him after this live stream and see if he wants to get together, maybe. Though I might not. Somebody will. No, it's a man, and we're not romantically interested. It's just some dude that I'm going to be hanging out with. Obviously, I would prefer to socialize with a lady, but you want the Venus Flytrap song? I teased it earlier. All right. Hi, my name is Andrew, and I'm 36. Gonna make it big through videos and pics. I'll be rich and famous from social media. Want to know if there's any mentally ill women in my area? Where the hoes at? Where they at? Need her by my side and will see it. Know when I'm being serious and when it's just a bit. Go on an emotional roller coaster with me. Maybe even break my knee. Then we'll go back to being so lovey-dovey. Bring each other pure tranquility. We'll both get far, baby girl. The world's my oyster and you're my pearl. We're gonna make it big, you and I. I never want to have to say goodbye. Somebody says I should start driving to NAMI. It would be good for me to practice driving there. Well, NAMI is, I think it's at Zucker Hillside Hospital. I don't know what town that is, but I don't drive on the parkways, and I don't know how to get there otherwise. Zucker Hillside Hospital. Let's check it out. It's yeah, it's just hard for me to get to because I don't drive on the parkways. So that's why I have my father drive me. Why don't I drive on the parkways? Anxiety, probably, and I never have. I just never have. So anxiety and just never having done it. I just don't do it. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Somebody says, the parkway ain't shit, buddy. You got this. What's the minimum speed limit? 55? Somebody says, maybe try again and try to drive there with Poppy in the shotgun. You know, Poppy in the passenger seat. Maybe I should try to drive there. That's a good idea. Maybe Poppy can be in the passenger seat while I drive there one week. That way I can go without him, you know? Chris says he's glad he looked up my channel. He wouldn't have known and he resubscribed. Poppy and the Wild Man on the Parkway. Yeah, that's what happens every Monday evening. All right. I mean, I guess I don't really got a lot more to say or do. So I guess I'll say, am I worried about something? Not really. So he says I seem a little bit tense. I'm a little depressed, to be honest. A little depressed, but I'm not tense. I'm not worried about something. No, I'm fine. No, there's nothing really to say. I'm just a little sad. A little sad today. So maybe I should see my father. Although he might get me angry. I don't know what's worse, getting righteously angry or sadness. Being sad and alone or getting angry at my father. I don't know. Which one is worse? Somebody says angry is better, I think. Actually, my psychiatrist thinks feeling sadness is the next step in recovery. Feeling sad rather than righteously angry about how my life has turned out. Crying and depressed rather than being righteously angry. He thinks that's the next step in recovery. Just feeling empathy and emotion and crying about it. So he thinks the anger is actually not good. He thinks having somebody empathize and crying and feeling sadness about it is the way to is the next step in recovery, basically. Somebody wants to know why my psychiatrist wants me to act like a woman. They say psychology is kind of feminine. They want me to be angry and righteous. All right, fair enough. They say my psychiatrist wants me to sit around and cry all day long. Like, oh, I don't know, man. They say psychiatry is kind of feminine. Yeah, I guess. Someone says you could do both. You could be righteously angry at your mother and father, and you could also cry about it. And sometimes you can just go back and forth to hysterically crying, to righteously angry, to hysterically crying, to righteously angry. Dave says men don't cry. I disagree. I think guys who show emotion are powerful, and I think guys should be able to cry. I disagree. I mean, there's a time and place for it. Not somebody who's a crybaby who does it constantly, but if somebody's been hospitalized and has had a lot of hard experiences, I think it's okay to cry. I think it's okay to cry. I don't see anything wrong with that. But if somebody's a crybaby and that's all they do, I mean that's that. But if somebody has really suffered and they start to cry, I think that's admirable in my opinion. It shows sensitivity. I mean, you don't want to cry in front of your enemies and show weakness, but you know, I think it's okay to cry. You don't want to be a crybaby either, who cries about everything, but it's okay. You can cry, especially if your life has been very hard. As long as you're not too upset, though, maybe it's okay. But according to my psychiatrist, depression and crying is better than righteous anger. So that's what he feels. He feels crying and just feeling sadness about it is the way to go. All right, guys. On that note, I think I'm going to get going. Adios. It's Andrew the Android, and I'm going to say adios to my androids. Peace out. Have a great day.